Welcome back. Today I'm on a Mac and I'm looking at an application called Pro Study. This gives you the option to research, organise your research and create your reference. So look at those 3 steps. So if you're one that likes to use a browser and open multiple tabs, for example, or copy and paste your sources, this should organise everything for you. And you can kind of organise them and colour code them as well into designated categories. Once you've finished with all your research, then you can send it to a Word document. So let me show you. First thing I'm going to do, we've got one there already rolling, but I'm going to do a new one. So to create a new category, come to Manage and select Create here. You can also edit one you've already created later. Click Create and let's pop that in, Industrial Revolution. Now you can add categories, so the research you're doing under that project. So let's start with 1760, which is meant to be the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. I'm going to choose a colour here, green will do as an example. You can use any colour you want. And I'm going to create that. And let's do another category. Let's do it when it roughly ended about 1840. And again, choose a colour. And there we go, ready to go. Don't forget to select Create to add it in the middle. Now click OK. Now I can start working on different categories. Look, I could go back to Roman or stick with Industrial Revolution. See the colours here? So now we're able to start adding information and research to it. Let's open up the browser. Let's go Safari. You can use Google Chrome as well. I'm just going for Safari for the sake of it. So Industrial Revolution, but I want to do 1740 and click Enter. Now I'm going to use anything here. That will do. Now I'm going to scroll down and now I'm going to see some text that I want to use in my research. What you do is you highlight it. Once highlighted what you want, come up, select what section you want to put in. So 1760, I'm going to tap that and watch. See it's added, so select OK. So I've got number 1 in there. Now I could scroll down if I want, and there might be more information that I want. Again, highlight what you want, and again, tap it to add that to 1760. Now, while you're in this actual website, let's scroll down. Is there any images we could use as an example? That would do perfect. See an image you like. Now I'm going to come back up here and I want to add this as part of my research. See here's a little picture option. If I tap on it, it automatically brings it up for you. And we've got the title, URL, which is the link, and we've got the project, Industrial Revolution. I mean, you could add it to Roman if that's what you was doing. And the category. So I'm going to stick with 1760. Now I've got a couple of options here because it's an image I've taken. So if you come across a source that's an image, we could select OCR, optical character recognition. It'll pull all the text off for you. Or you might just want to save that as an actual image. You can do that as well. That's the first option. I'm going to select the second option here. You can, if you want, you can actually use your camera as well if you wish. So now I've got 3 sources in here. Now what I'm going to do is, before I show you where those sources are, come back out of there. Let's just do, when I said it finished, roughly about 1840. So you're doing more research, looking at one of your categories. Again, scroll down, and I want to select anything. That'll do. And again, highlight information. And tap it where you want to put it in. You know it's done because it'll come up. OK. And again, I'll scroll down. You see an image that you might want to use. I can use that option again. I'll wait for it to come up. And there it is. And again, you can choose what you want to do. But I'm just going to save this as an image. Now, quick point here. If you've actually got a book, you can select the barcode option here. And you can type in the barcode here and it will find the book for you. So if you're using a physical book you need to use as well, you can add that in there. Right, so what I'm going to do is just click Save as an image. So there we go. I'm going to close the browser. We've now got some sources to work with. Now how do we access them? Come to the top here. We've got Manage. We're going to come down to Preview. Now I'm going to look at the 1760, tap on it. And if you can see as I come down, there's all my sources there. And I've got the internet link that I can tap on it and bring that up and access that information quickly as well, if needed. Now let's check 1840. And again, we've got all that information, but we've also got the image as well, if you need it. So you see, it's quite easy to gather the information and organise it. Now I'm going to go back to Manage. So we know how to create. If we go to Edit, You can then add more, create more categories if you want by typing in here, but you can also delete a project if you want as well. Go back to manage. We've now got the option to actually export it. So I'm going to select export. Now choose which one you want to export. So I'm going to export industrial. Now before I select OK, I want to show you something really important. Go back to manage and I want you to select settings. Now it's important here you choose your reference style before you export it. And remember there's different variations of Harvard, so always double check with your library. If you select plus, then you can type in here for your reference style. It's got over 9,500 there, so you should find the one that you need. Bear in mind with reference styles, there's different versions, as I said, with APA and Harvard, so make sure you check that. So that's all set up. Now you can also have an overlay colour, so I'm going to make that a different colour. I'm going to make that more of a greeny colour. That works for me. So when I select enable overlay, give yourself a tint as well if you want, just to tint the screen a little bit. Right, click OK. Now we can export it. Manage, export, industrial, and select OK. Now we need to choose where we want to save it to, so I'm going to save it to the desktop so we can find it quickly. Actually, I could tag it as well, couldn't I? Just to make sure. Right, now select save. Click OK. And there it is. So if I drag it down, if I now open it, should have all that research information listed for me and organised. As I scroll down, there's my table of contents. Remember that's my first part of research, 1760. See, it keeps the colour code so you know what you're working with. I've got the information, the links and the dates when I assessed it. Scroll down, 1840, and go right down. That's the image that I added, and underneath at the bottom will be the reference list for them. So actually it's got all those reference lists for both 1760 and 1840. So as you can see, it's a great way to organise all your sources. Now I want to do a quick point here because a lot of people tend to forget. What comes with this as well is a free app. So if you go to so you need to register with the same details you registered your Pro Study with. So just to show you quickly, if I go online, open up the website, click register. It says I'm already registered, but if you have a look yourself or enter your dashboard, you'll have a dashboard where you can log in here. Once you've registered here, you've got your details, you can add that into your app, and then it's easy enough to sync from your app to your software on your Mac. And if I come back up here quickly, then you've got your sync option here. And you put your details in here and it will sync with your app. So that way when you're out and about and you find sources using your phone, last of all, in the manage button there, good idea to back up as well, so you can back up all your information, and then the same button there, you can restore it as well. And there you go. That's how easy it is to use Pro Study. Thanks for watching.